Welcome to my game development stream. First, we always look at the current state of the game. For that, I need to start everything, which takes a few seconds. And then we think about what we gonna code next. Next line here will say it started. Oh, this line is important. I can open it. Class 8080. Okay, this is my game. There's a blue dot shooting white dots, wanting to kill black dots, which are the enemies. If I hit or kill one enemy, the other ones around it are alerted and also run to me. If they reach me, they take damage. They do damage to me. And if I go near them, they also aggro, so they have aggro range. And I might aggro too many here. But I'm faster, so I have enough space, I think. Here's my HP. When I kill enough, I get a level up, which gives me a skill point. I have 3 random choices. Ulti shot is shooting one more bullet. Speed is running faster and shooting a bit faster, and damage is damage. And yes, enemies also respawn. I kill them and take too long until they come back. Let's wait. They don't respawn if I'm too close. I'm currently unsure how far. Can here they respawn. Starts getting laggy. I have an infinite generated map. So the further I go or leave the middle, the more map will be generated and the more enemies will exist. Let's see if I can survive one in here. But more enemies will create lag, so I will soon need to do... This is interesting. The generation is not perfect. Here now I have so many enemies that my game can no longer keep up. This is something I need to improve soon. This was the current state of the game. Now in my game task I have performance, the enemies, and I have also the bug. Let's bug enemies on the left running away from player instead towards him. Okay. The bug I need to investigate. Now I want to add this one, make stronger enemies depending on distance. I want to make things as two. I saw one bug. It's maybe a bug, but let's keep it here. Generation to those two player alts in empty spots. This is not good. Change only start. There's no enemies. creation does not care if player close me on the spawn cares close player. Okay. For me, I will so stronger in different ways. I wanna keep in the direction. Enemies can be stronger in different ways. Skip it here. So to do task, enemies are stronger the further away from the middle they are where I spawned. Enemy generation is a bit buggy and I want to fix it, and then I need to improve performance. And here's a bug. I might look into it later or sooner, I don't know. Okay, enemies are stronger further away from the middle. Tuned enemies, I set say HP here. I have the distance to the character, but I want the center distance. Yep, center distance is equal calculate distance from character to x0, y0. Let map it map center. I don't know if this is more efficient, but oops. Copy, paste. I have a map center. And the distance towards it. Based on the distance, let make a call it strength factor, which is now map center distance. I just do this, it's too strong. I wanna start subtract 1000, so the first 1000 blocks, they don't get stronger, which is some kind of easy area, let's call it. But this is not allowed to be below 1. Mass point max. Okay, and then it's divided by 100. Every 100, we get every 40. The tile is 40 pixels. So every 2.5 tiles. Okay, let's keep it. I have a linear scaling. I want a linear scaling or maybe a polynomial scaling. Maybe I make it dependent on what I improve. So strength, I could now just multiply by this. Move speed, size. First mass point block. By flock 10. Do I start with 4, 5 and 10? Oh, well, they're slightly bigger, but not infinitely big. Damage. Let's make something similar. Range factor should be minimum of... Nee. It's not minimum 1. It's 0, 0, 1 minimum. Currently unsure. Log, oh, mass point log 10 of 0.001. It's -2. Didn't want that. Let's change this up. I only accept 1 as minimum as strange factor. This would result in 2000 pixel away. It's going over. I could remove this. Now I would divide center by 100, so 100 by 1000 would be on 10. Make 1000. Still not sure. Let's make this. Does this help? 200 I would know. I think this was okay. We find out by playing how well this works at the end. Move speed. So now I made that strange factor is always at least 1. Mass of 1 is 0. Okay. Wasn't sure if it's 1. 10 is 1, 100 is 2, so on. So if I start with 0, I can make it to 5, and I have to start with at least 1 damage. Strange factor is multiplicative. So the HP will grow. I'm 10,000 away. I will divide it by 100 to make it to 10,000 divided by 100 is 100. So they would have a HP of 100. Well, I can't move too far away currently, so I think it is the first version. Move speed. I will also add this. So add strange factor 10. It will be on 2. 10 will be reached on 2000. I think they become fast. Too fast? I will divide this by 10. This feels okay. But I will move this 1000 because I currently cannot run too far away. And I cannot see. The size is a factor I can see. Let's multiply it by 10. Do we see something? Didn't notice it. 100. Map center distance is 100. Should be easily achieved. Size of map block 10. Did I reach 1,000? Do the normal log. Let's see. Okay. I didn't expect. It's one for quite some time, but they get stronger. Now let's go back to log 10 times 10. Not sure. I now see how far I have to run. Okay, here I see it. I can remove the times 10. So I know I will no longer see it because it's not a lot. I think here's a small difference. This works. I have made enemies stronger. By the way, they're spawned. Also, well, I will see later. Empty spots. Let's fix this. I currently in spawn distance from player. In spawn distance from map center. This is the important one. Spawn is. I still have some max spawn distance. I no longer need it. In spawn distance from map center is 400. If distance is smaller this. But it's for the chunk. And I have a character. No, this is something is off. Every map chunk I calculate if the tab in the center. I take the center for calculation. Okay, and if the distance is smaller, spawn distance. I'm gonna change this up, I think, a bit. Spawn distance from mid center. Yeah, if it's not blocking. And why is it character? If characters. find character by ID. I calculate. Oh, this is wrong. I calculate to the character. But I just want to calculate towards the map center. So as a character, yeah. Center, so this. Center, center. App center to map center? No. This was wrong before. I have the position. Position is the tile position. Tile center position. Or the position where I will spawn the enemy. So I will rename enemy position. I already do it here, because now it's the distance. I think that works. Now was with one top, there were some gaps. Probably I need to be a bit stronger and faster for able to see them. I think the enemy generation now works. Starter has no enemies, enemy creation. Respawn should still care, yes, perfect. Then this is not related to this, so performance improvement is the next. First, let's check the current state. Still working. Still working. Oh, these enemies will know one left forever, but okay. And now I have long HP because it's no longer teacher. This looked strange. Did I shot bullets there? Most likely. Okay. Oh. They spawned into me. That's not good. Let's verify. Enemy is dead. Respawn logic. Determine closest character. Main distance should be bigger than 500. The closest character has to be a player character. Then I reset. Why did they spawn in me? break there and see what happens. One more try. First, let's slowly get a few levels. I'm already dead. Did too much at the start. Yeah, there's already a lot. This enemy shouldn't aggro on the left, but the right is blocked by trees. Okay, I'm getting to a point where I can check the respawn logic. Not a game. Character, enemy, position respawn. Here is a visit enemy. Can I run a bit in? Okay, what is the position I respawn at? In distance is 501. The enemy is on... I don't check this. Do I check with the spawn distance? I saw in the determine closest character. This distance is on the death distance, not the spawn distance. Okay. Makes sense. So I can... No, if it dies, maybe better to draw the dead character for a while, so I calculate distance based on this, then I need distance, spawn distance to spawn, enemy spawn. But I determine the closest characters. Okay, this is interesting. Determine closest character to spawn. I need a new one. This is for this character. Let's go to definition. Let's copy it for now. Let's paste in determine closest character to enemy spawn. Don't want to export it. I get a character, which is my X position with one enemy character. I calculate the distance to the spawn position. And that's it. Still takes a... I get the player characters. Good. Calculate distance to each player character. Or yes, each character, and turn it, and now this distance is the correct one. Move it. Wait. Start all in one straight line. Oh, it's not too much. Too much. Or too many. This makes it easy if they make a straight line. Okay. So here should be no respawn. And if I move away slowly, yes, they respawn. Perfect. Looking good. Now I can commit. I changed do I call it add stronger further away? Fix some enemy related issues. That's okay, I think. Commit and push. Now performance. First I should create a new test. I think I should first confirm that the performance issue comes from, I expect it from this. Detect projectile to character. I give the game state in. This is not good. Projectiles, characters. This is easy to change. Yes, I expect this because it scales with projectile shot and characters. Amount of character exists, and if I have 100 projectiles and 2000 characters, I'm on 200,000 iterations, which is a lot. So let's go into the performance tab. Let's get a few upgrades. Mainly the one which creates more bullets. Multi-shot and shoot speed. I barely Miss, it's painful. Okay. Multi-shot. Eleven HP, barely survived. $29 HP. Get new HP. Perfect. Still running, okay. I think I notice a frame drop. Yes, okay, perfect. I don't need more. Let's do a short recording. Stop it. And see what he says. Get player characters. Is 34%. Interesting. And the one I assumed would be is 11%, but 22%. Two tick is 80%. The tick for these characters. Okay, these are the most important. Get player characters. This is easily improved. Well, relatively easily. This is only 11%. This is interesting to me. This check takes the most time. And this is fast. Okay. But then this is only slow because it happens a lot. Because I have a lot of characters. I get the characters in here. This is easily improvable. But I wanna do one more. Few seconds longer. Just because I would expect more accurate data. That's interesting. Then let's improve get player characters. Let's, but isn't this a character? This is here. I have my tests here, and this is a passing test. I get player characters. Let's make a character test TS. Look here how they test. I make one export function. Test passing tests character. Did I get any info? No. I make start and end. Start test character. It finished. And I have function test. Get character player character performance. I init everything. I have iterations. Call it and I compare. Can use it all here. Get player characters. This is what I have to import. No. Did I misclick? Did I misspell? I misspelled. Iterations is equals 100. Let's start with this. Get player characters. Let number player characters. I don't think it matters. Number enemies equals 2000. Let characters is a character array. Oops. I doesn't know characters. Throw this in here. I care about the result. Let result characters is this and length has to be equal to 3. No, it's not. It's 2. If it's is break console log number of player characters. Wrong number player characters. give some info out. And we break. Now we have to create them. Characters push. Create player character, I think. Needs a game. Because he wants an ID. This is not good enough. Let's wait. Leveling character. Leveling character. Okay, this needs a game. This is stupid. I would call it ID number. And here it's ID. And every other functions which no longer work now, they can use. You have still a spawn time, interesting. And where are my errors? Oh, short AFK. And I'm back. And why don't I see here? Game state time. Leveling character. Okay, this was the respawn time, which I don't need on a leveling character. This is a would be something. Game. Oh, it's next. It's this. Oh, no, I forgot. Character model. Get next ID. Okay. Get next ID. He already knows it, and he wants the state. Here the same. Okay. Function create test character. And will, oops, turn this thing ID number and I need the faction is enemy faction, the boolean that faction is enemy faction question mark enemy faction or its player faction. I can use it. But oh, it's a faction, yes. Okay. Oh, I need a position. X number, Y number, and HP is that doesn't matter, color doesn't matter, X, Y, and the rest doesn't matter. If I want to check if it's a player, I only care about, don't even care about position. And we want 2 here. Test character. ID is I. Enemy faction is false. So it's a player. And then I do the same for enemies. A test character. It's true. Is this an enemy? Can call this here. Now I have performance test. Let's do 1000 iterations. Let's bind them. Didn't I export it? Or test character, I have one function. Still on button T. Oh no. Okay, waypoint rescued me. No, it woke. I didn't put JS at the end. Reload process. No breakpoint. Console tests. No. - 6 milliseconds. Enough. To 4000 and to 5000. 91, 50, 48. It's averaging not. I think number enemies will grow over time, so okay, I don't think I need these. They are it's 110, 120, 109, 105. I think that works good enough for a average number. Let's do it this way. These are my first set. Now I can create a cache, but let's think. Get player characters. I don't need a cache, I think. I have the information. Maybe this whole setup was not necessary, but I have. Let's think. I have in my go just in a random position. Have in the state my client IDs, and I have my players. The players has a character reference ID, which would make it a bit faster. But I update this, so I think this works. I can get more stuff in here. Let's, if I do the incomplete game. Okay, and all references. I think this will be a problem. The game here. Have the game here. Have the game here. I have the game here. The game state here. And this is my test. Not too bad. I will make this optional or null. It's null. Now I could say if number distinct players is equals -1. It's basically it's not set. Game and end game state players. This has to exist, I think. Not. Game state players length. Game exists, this exists. And now I can make one more check if player characters length equals number exists. If number existing players is not -1 and I reached it, I can break. So for my test, I don't need to start console T. Nothing changed because I don't put the game in. Let's change this up. Number existing players, it's a number or null. It's null by default. Yes, now it says it. Now I can test if it's not null. Should still work. Put in here player characters should now know that he can stop, and it's 100 times faster, but this is because they are at the beginning. If I put them at the end, it's just as bad as before. But currently they are always at the start. So let's do one more game until it slows down. Okay. Did that. SecHP. Okay, feels like it's slowing down already. Few more. Oh yes, of course it's slowing down because the performance improvement is only for the test currently. Go back to here and now make it a required parameter. Means I do it this way, and let's see. Get player characters will now need game state players links. Still an error. And here, game state players links. Can copy this probably. And one more. Where's the state here? And everything fixed. Okay. Now is a lot. Barely getting. Okay, survived. Get a few if they come perfectly on the line, it's easy. Did I not pay attention, or did he spawn close to me? Let's get a few. Oh, it's getting dangerous if they spawn behind me. But at least feels now more performant. I think frame rate is dropping. A bit more. Oh god, no. Oh, I die. This is bad. I was not allowed to die. I cannot do performance tests. Maybe I should just start with higher values. Playing and seeing what feels is also important. To get too close. Edit more. Edit more, no. Pawn area is barely enough. It's good. Don't know how many enemies are stacked there. Oh, perfect. 8 HP, nearly died. Get more upgrades and I think I'm good to go. It feels laggy. So, performance. Let's do 10 seconds. And see what he tells me. Tick is the majority. Oh. Why does he not Rana? This is interesting. The thing which I suspect takes all the time, he does not show it. How good is he currently? Basically, these stats tell me he was not able to record it perfectly. Let's do one shorter. Why? Is it too laggy? Is there some... Interesting. Can I do 1/1 tick? No, it's also not possible. One tick function, he just is not able to. Does it change too much? This is very interesting. Basically, I would guess the time changes too dramatically. No, I would still want to see the time of the lower functions. Let's back to the runner, go to the tick. Game is not ended, we have to run through here. I want to see that this function takes the most time. Let's restart the game. Let's be one bullet. Let's go to performance. Let's clear it. Let's record 2 seconds or 3 and see if it's the same. Now he has a better breakdown. Tick. Now he's already says this takes 13 milliseconds. This is taking the most time out of it. Let me... Do I create the character here? I can... Give me a multi-shot of 10 on the start. Reload, I start and throw it away. Record. 3 seconds stop. See what he tells me now. Now he tells me that's 20%. And from a tick, go here. It's 60 milliseconds of a tick. It's basically the whole thing, but he somehow has a draw in it. Okay, the paint is also happening here. Does happen here. There. If I go to tick, he says this is 38%. Because he doesn't have the time for everything. Can I somehow... No, it's not as accurate. Are these parts too fast? So, because the performance tab is not as reliable as I thought it is, let's think about it code-wise. The tick functions, tick player inputs. This is scaling just on how many keys I press. Shouldn't influence performance at all. Create fixed position, respawn enemy. This is only happen every 250 milliseconds, so it wouldn't result in a permanent slowdown. And I don't have performance measures for it. But as long as I don't move, I wouldn't. But I can improve it still. Yes, here's still room for improvement. But I don't think it's currently a problem. Tick characters. This, of course, takes more time the more characters I have. Currently, I have fixed respawn enemies, so I need the tick function here. If the enemy is dead, it doesn't do much else. Next tick time, they don't tick every time, because if they're not aggroed, they set a timeout. So this gets worse with every character created. So this could be a reason why it's slowing down. Tick projectiles, they just move, get removed. This wasn't a problem before, so it cannot be the problem. Detect character death. This also scales with amount of characters. Can also be heavily improved on for performance. But this scales number projectiles and number characters, so this should be the reason for slowdown. I'm wondering why the performance tab does not clearly see it. But I will find out if I improve on it. Let's get my character back to 0 multishot. Let's create tests. Call it game tests. No, moment. I did it without the S at the end. Let's get my example first. Let's call it test game. Do didn't change it. Let's press a few times. The one is good enough. And after did player count parameter this was improvement of a lot, 100 times faster or more. I don't know how to. So it's 110 times faster, I would say, because if I multiply this by 110, I would have the all time. So this was already a good improvement. I will need characters and I will need projectiles. So let's take this as a base. This time my characters will need a position. Test. Function I want to test is projectile to character hit. Test detect projectile character hit performance. I don't have any measures yet. Iterations. This might not be an exported function. It's not, but for testing I need to export it, which is, well, not the best, but the detect needs a game state. I wanted to change it to be characters, a character array, and so I can remove this line, and I need projectiles. Normally he helps me. Duh. Okay, I misspelled characters. Projectile is correctly spelled. And it's already changed. Point characters and games state projectiles. And game test has errors, yes. I don't care about player characters. Care about enemies, iterations. I can result characters. I'm also not interested. This will be enemies. Take projectile to character hit. Let's remove this thing. For every projectile, I iterate over character. Okay, the projectile faction is important. Okay. I don't need to know players. I called it enemies. Create test character. This will now be always the enemy faction. I just give the ID, which is an I, which I see is a mistake in this test. It's correct to add this to it. Now I don't have multiple IDs. Also it's not relevant for the test. Now I create number enemies. Now I need projectiles. Let number projectiles 100. The live a seconds as 100 is good enough. Add projectiles projectile array. It starts empty. I can do the exact same. Projectiles push. Now I we wanna have characters. These are my enemies and my projectiles. And I have a timeoff for it. Okay. Now I need to create projectiles. Where are they? Here. Paint. Create projectile. A few information it requires. Who calls it currently? Leveling character. Okay, something like this. I will. Create test projectile. Return. Do I care about my X? No. No. Move direction, no. Damage, press. Vector faction, this is important. This is player faction. Move speed, doesn't matter. Game time. Game time? PS count. I think a higher one is good. Time to live. I don't think the position doesn't matter. I forgot. Action is set for the test. I think the 10 is a PS count. Yeah. PS count. The number, let's default it to 10. And I have a time to live. The number, let's default it to 1000. I don't think it's relevant. Okay. I would need to call it. I probably need to make the JS ending. C. This feels fast. Let's detect feels too fast. I have, for my game test, a 1,000 iterations of 5,000 enemies, 100 projectiles, I detect character hits, tag, gets a character, if the character is dead, and that's a function I can continue, else I need to calculate distance. Didn't I set the faction or something? Layer faction. They never hit, or do they always hit? I have them on 1, 2, and 0, 1. Projectile size, I don't even set it. And I set a PS count for the projectile. Greater 0. Okay, I will debug the test and see. Game test. And here is probably the first enemies. I have 5,000. I have 100 here. Now I go in here. Projectiles. I should 1 over 100. I should 1 over 5,000. I calculate the distance. Projectile PS count. Ah, here's a problem. Every character is on the same position. So I only need to check 10 because then the projectile has already finished. Which means the loop will be way lower than it should be. This means the position is very important. X and X number and Y number. F X and Y. Same here. XY. XY. Now I need a random seed equals random seed, and I start with 0. I will do next random seed Another next random. 2. Now this would mean position is only between 0 and 1. I want to be between 0 and 1000. For each and every one. Because it's seeded, it will always be the same random. But doesn't he like it? Number is not. Oh, yes, it's seed 0. Now, Pierce count of 10. It's a probability that one bullet is. Okay, I hope. .7 seconds. Yes, this is far more expected. But only 3 milliseconds per iteration. This is still interesting. Let's see if I have 200 projectiles. Does it go to 500? 5 seconds, it's doubled. Just expected. Yes. I should now be back to 2 seconds. I think the setup is okay now. So it's, I don't know how realistic these values are. Let's make a button. I wanna okay. Is it? It's P. It's here. It's game. How do I disconnect? I have a disconnect. WebSocket close. I wanna do game multiplayer WebSocket. Closing. Which is the correct way to close the connection. JavaScript close WebSocket connection. WebSocket close. Okay, too easy. Okay. I can now press P and it closes. Means I'm no longer dependent. Oh. Okay, worked out. Isn't he fine to me? Interesting. Why is he bugged? Let's aggro a few enemies. Now it's slowing down. Let's find out. What the game currently says. I have 4,000 characters and 48 projectiles. Does not quite explain the slowdown. Because my setup is does take more time. Let's go back. I restart. I press the test button. Maybe I should not have painted. These were 15 seconds. This is interesting. But it's running. It's not running, and I press T for test. 2 seconds, 2.7. Three milliseconds would be good enough. But with its running, it was on 15. Why? Let's do one restart and die. Now press T. Goes down, goes up to 15 seconds. This is a problem. But what is happening that it takes so much longer? Current game state. Probably JavaScript tries to do multiple things. Currently do not tick. But I paint, I think. Yes, I do paints. I'm connected. This should also not be a problem. let's move or reduce the iteration count. Three milliseconds. I now start. Die. It goes up to 60 milliseconds. Let's see. Stop. Did test 1.8 seconds. Has to be some difference. Down. Them up. Garbage collection? Let's see. Does not have so many timestamps. But this performance test should be independent. And I get the time here. Right tiles. I'm unsure where this performance drop comes from. Let's make 10 iterations. So he currently paints everything. Doing less iterations. I start the game. The running game. It goes up by quite a lot. Does this... I don't need screenshots, maybe this helps. I have the long things. Only interested in a certain part. The key down. I have some more numbers now, but he says that 99% happens in test game, yes, which is what I want. If I go to key down, it's a bit closer. I believe that only 34% total time happened in this function, but this test game is only this function. This doesn't make sense. Garbage collection is also happening a lot. Why is a lot of garbage collection happening? I think something else is off. Which is a big difference between this state, where I take pressing the R key. Let's see. Currently, I might not be in the runner. No, I should be. Am I running? I'm running. Also painting. I'm painting less because there are no enemies yet. The big difference is existing enemies to paint, but this should not. Well, the paint can influence. So let's try something. Let's don't paint. Here's paint all. I no longer paint. No, I won't see anything. I press T, I see my basic. Now I start the game. Cannot see if I start it, but it should work. I can also do something different. I can stop painting characters, projectiles. Now I should see I'm alive. Although I don't paint them, I'm slower. I can run here. I will die. But what I paint doesn't change too much. This is strange behavior. I mean, I have more generated map. Something doesn't add up. Oh, I can. Oh, wait, I don't paint the map. No. Okay, this is a very strange pick. No, I press it. It's fast. I press. It's fast. One. No, strange enemy effects. Don't know where walls are or not. Okay, here. Now I'm dead. Now I'm slower. I mean, now he paints characters. The amount of stuff he paints change. Does it? I don't find enemies. I stuck. New world, please. Why don't I see enemies and characters? And character? I never set a color. Okay. Yes, I set a color. Character color. Game paint. And I save? I'm confused. If I paint the map, I see enemies. If I don't paint the map is not generated. Okay. In the moment the map gets generated. No. The map is generated. So, here now I have a generated map. Let's see. I need a breakpoint in the runner. I have the game state. I have the map chunks. I have don't know if I see a chunk counter. But object keys of game state map chunks 18. So now I start a break, do the same. I'm on 27. Can I test if I know? I can just a tick interval. Just for science. Game tick interval 160. Tick interval is influence on my shooting range. Okay, but okay. This is something I can look up later. Still it's 23. Let's do all 1.6 seconds. Should be nothing happening in between, more or less. Let's see here. Tick. Tick. Let's go to the end. Tick, nothing happens. If I run the test, it's slow. Reload. It's fast. I cannot explain this behavior. Performance drop off. Wow, and 5 times slower. Once I created my game state. Just because this game state exists, the test in this module is far slower. Hmm. Can I test something? Feels stupid, but I try. Just throw it in here. No calls. This is stupid. Oh, it's fast. The same code, just not in a different file. Does he... Did he do network requests before? No. Can't be. Start test. I did remove the wrong two. This I wanted to remove. Test 5, test 24. That's good. Can I Google this phenomenon? Well, I don't know how to explain it. But if this is something normal, there is some performance dip which just exists. Seems to be important to know. 6 times slower. Do I have another browser? Firefox? I have a Firefox. This will be interesting. Maybe it's Chrome related. I never... Let's go in here. Let's... Oh no, stop this or we connect. This new course. Okay. Yes, of course. Let's remove this. Be alone, please. Perfect. Go in here. Console. T. I'm on 90 milliseconds by default. And I stay the same. Is Chrome lying to me? You have also a performance monitor. Now I'm interested. This gives me better values. Let's go back to more iterations. 100. Reload, test, console tell me. 1.6 seconds. Start recording, press. Did I start? Did I stop? I'm interested in this block here. How does it work here? Key down. Test game, perfect. Detect projected to character hit is 99%. Calculate distance is 43%. Wait, test characters is barely noticeable. I think Firefox is better for this. And somehow Chrome optimizes, probably caches something and can reproduce the test case faster. But interesting, so Chrome gives me weird performance issues. Firefox gives me expected breakdown of performance. Lame graph, stack graph, chart. Maybe I will switch to Firefox for figuring out how performant something is currently. Xrandom doesn't take time. And if I have the 13, 16 seconds. This explains the slowdown, which is what I expect. So next time, I think the test is good. Maybe 100 iterations are good enough. 1.6 seconds time in Firefox is also good enough. I can throw my 2 away. Oh, I don't need to calculate distance here. Firefox gives me expected results. Now, the next time I can prove the performance of this function. I could think about playing one time. Let's see, performance. Can start and see just how Firefox behaves. Once Firefox slows down, I can measure performance there. Let's see. Get a few more levels and it's already looking decent. I think I'm already losing frames. I shouldn't go too far and suddenly die. Okay, it's visibly slowing down. Let's check. Start recording. Do a few seconds. Stop recording. And this is a whole thing, I think. He's saying in the tick project to character is taking 86%, tick characters 5%, paint all 6. Okay, perfect. This is what I wanted to see. Detect projectile to character, it is a function I need to improve. It's taking the 86% of the time. Even more because the ticking is only 93% of the time. So it's around 92% probably of the tick. Can I see it based on tick? I don't know, but this information is good enough. It's ends there for today. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.